Okay, so now that we've got our chord, let's actually do something kind of more interesting with it. Now, the first thing what I want to do is I want to resample it. Okay, so I'm just going to take the chord and turn it. You can see I've already done it here, and then turn it into audio. So I'm going to bounce in place. I'm going to mute the source. Include audio tail, sure. Make sure it's nice and long, by the way, when you're doing this, guys, so you just have a bit more sustain to play around with. And then you'll see it creates it into audio here. That's exactly what I have, and I'm actually just going to right click on it, convert to new sampler track, and that's going to put it into EXS24. Now, what's really cool about when you put some audio into EXS24, and if you just put the single chord, is when you spread it over the piano roll, so you take that one note, spread it over the piano roll, just like that. It works like a sampler, like a real old school sampler. So it kind of loses some of that quality as you move it up or down. Now, not too much because it is digital, and I do want to kind of replicate it coming from a sampler. So let's just save that. That's kind of cool. Sounding kind of dope. Now, this is the rhythm I ended up doing. Let me just turn off the effects. Now, one of the first things I did was I put it in monophonic. So as soon as the next chord plays in the sequence, the one before cuts it out. Let me just zoom in a little bit there. So as soon as this note plays, this one gets cut out. And then you get that kind of cool sample piano sound, which is really what we're after for that old school kind of, well, I guess it's not super old school, but that kind of Ibiza housey sound. The next thing I did was affect the decay, sustain, and release. So it kind of comes up in volume very quickly, but it kind of dies down a little bit. So up and then dies down. The next thing I did was actually change the velocity as well. I wanted a bit of differentiation in velocity because I felt that made it more human. I also felt it gave it some more movement. Now, once I had that down, it was all about the effects. It was all about how can I get it to sound really sampler-like. Now, I downloaded this Decimal 2. Now, you guys can actually get a 30-day demo of this, which is what I'm running right now. And it gives it that crunch. Gives it that kind of like, it's trying to emulate the MPC 60 sample. I think it's doing a really good job. It's giving it a bit of fizz, a bit of crunch. Now, one thing I noticed after applying this was that I did lose some of the punch. So I use a transient designer. Now you can use the enveloper in Logic or anything you might have. And that gave me some of that punch back. So more attack, less sustain. I had a compressor kind of helping me out as well. Nice slow attack, fast release. Using the Studio FET, it's got a lot of nice character to it. Bit of an odd frequency coming through here. That was kind of making it muddy, so I just took that out as well. Sidechain with the LFO tool. And then a filter. Just for when I'm introducing it, and then when it plays out fully. So here it kind of dies down. And then when it plays out fully, I also increase the reverb on this section. So it really dies out nicely. And then for the drop, I open the filter all the way up and but the LFO tool all the way down, so it's really pumping with the track. So let's hear that in the track now. So you can hear that that has a really, really, really cool effect. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video.